Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke of the day. Swords will never go obsolete. They're cutting edge technology. That's pretty good. All right, and I'd like to thank my members who re-upped for a new month. We have Kenny, who signed up for a 39th month at the enthusiast tier. Very thankful for Thomas Stamberg. I said that wrong. Thomas Stambo. Where did Bird come from? Anyway, Thomas, thank you for being a super supporter for 15 months. That's amazing. I'd also like to thank Cat in the Hat, R. Grizzle, and Cadexon. I'm sorry, I struggle with handles sometimes, but thank you to you three for also re-upping your membership. If you would like to become a member, you can click the join button under the video. You get some nice perks. All right. Well, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got Edge, Football, Editor, Memory, Tornado, Edward, Limit, Eddie, Edelweiss, Tasmanian Devil, Education, Cabaret, Border, Past Tense, Mamma Mia, and Extremity. Edelweiss, Cabaret, and Mamma Mia are songs from movies, aren't they? Movies or play musicals. Songs from musicals. Is there another one? Memory, maybe one. I don't know. All right. I'm not familiar enough to be confident in a 4th one. All right. What else do we have going on here? Edge. What would edge and border sound like synonyms to me? Do we have 2 more though? Extremity, maybe? Just like, yeah, that's interesting. Is there a 4th one? Edward. I'm not seeing it. Limit. Okay, I'm gonna go with edge, limit, border, extremity as synonyms. Boundary. Okay. Past tense. Huh. I wonder if that's a song. Because I don't know what else it's doing. I'm going to be asking if everything's a song. Is Edward a song? Edward Scissorhands? I mean, things that Ed might refer to. Edward, editor, education, and Eddie. Edelweiss also starts with Ed. I don't know if you'd refer to Eddie as Eddie as in the name Eddie. And I was thinking Eddie like the water thing that happens. I don't actually know the strict definition of what an Eddie is, but if your name, well, isn't Eddie just another nickname for Edward? Or is Eddie its own name, a name in its own right? I do think we have an Ed thing going on, but I'm a little bit scared to lock that in right now because it might be wrong. Tornado and Tasmanian Devil, like the cartoon Tasmanian Devil, not the real one, kind of spins into a tornado. Things that spin: tornadoes, Tasmanian Devil, football, and an eddy. Let's go with that. No, they move in a spiral. Okay. So we still have Edelweiss, Mamma Mia, and Cabaret. Editor, Edward, education. I don't think it's the ones that start with Ed. I think that's a red herring. Is it memory or past tense? That's the other song. Editor, Edward, education. Can ED in some way refer to past tense or memory? Not that I know of. Maybe my best bet is just to try it with past tense, then try it with memory. Is Ed in any way past tense? Or any way memory? I don't see it, but that's kind of what we're dealing with here. I'm going to try past tense first. One away, so now we're going to try memory. Okay. Songs from musicals. I don't know why past tense is Ed, but I do think this is what Ed might refer to. What Ed might indicate. So I don't know why that means past tense. Oh, just you put ed at the end of a word and it makes it past tense. Okay, that's a bit of a stretch in terms of like these are shortened to ed, but this you have to tack on to the end of a word to make it past tense. I guess that's why it's purple. All right, that's kind of nutty, but I mean, I got there. I just didn't know if past tense or memory was a musical, so I tried them in the wrong order. All right, difficulty. I don't know. It was a little tricky, but not that bad. I'm going to give it a 2.5, and I think we have like a 80% solve rate. Ooh, what are we doing? Football? Something? I give it a 2.3. Okay, a little easier than what I said. 67%. So what did I say? 80? Yeah, I was way off there. Okay, let's take a look. I was not the only one who tried that. Okay. Yellow first. People know their musicals are getting that first. Spiral first, not the ED one. Wow, 3% of people are just going for reverse rainbow, usually. So that's probably what that is. Ever. So a lot of people are getting yellow and then nothing else. So we've got a 15% getting only yellow, 6% getting yellow green. Actually, it's an 8% getting yellow green. 4% got nothing. 3% yellow blue. So that means there's 1% of people who didn't get yellow but got something else. It's interesting. Yeah, not much to see there. All right, what are people trying? The eds. I almost tried this. I was like, Eddie's not going to be an ed, right? Edward as a show tune. Past tense as a show tune. I mean, 4% of people tried that. It's not very high. Trying the ed words. A lot of people are trying the ed words as opposed to Edward. All right. What are people locking in first? Yellow, then blue, then green, then yellow, but with Eddie? Interesting. But this is only 1%. So people are either going, their first lock in is generally correct. The 4% who didn't win at all were just confused. Well, we have purple at 1%. All right. It's interesting. Purple first was 3% of winning games, but 1% of all players locking in first. So I think a lot of people who got purple first, seems like they made a mistake first, which seems odd. All right. Cool. Well, I suppose they added Eddie to purple, maybe. Interesting. Yeah. I think a lot of people are going to try all the words that start with ED in some random order. Like that. All right. Well, how'd you do? Let's do pips. We'll start with easy. All right. We only have one blank, so that goes up. We only have 1 2, so that goes in. We only have one more 4, so that has to go up because it needs to be, it doesn't have a 1 attached. This is 1 1, this is 1 5. All right, 12 seconds. Let's do medium. Ooh, much bigger. 15 and 3 is an average of 5. 1 2 3 4 5. We have 5 equals here. We need 2 6s here. How many 6s are there? There are only 2 6s. So the 6 0 has to go up. That's clear. And then the 6 1 goes down. So now I need a 1 with a 5 or a 6. We have a 1 5. We do not. In fact, we used all our 6s. So this has to be 3 5s now. So this has to be a 5 5, which we don't have. So what did I do wrong? No, these have to be the 6s. This had to go up. This had to go down. Can't put a 1 in a 15. Do we really not have a 5 5? Okay, I'm already getting confused by this medium, and that's not good. Let's backtrack. Let's make sure I did this right. Are there any other 6s? No, we only have 2 6s. They have to go in the 12. This 6, we don't have a 6 6, so this one goes up. It has to be the 0. So we have to put the 6 0 here. I'm pretty confident about this. And then this, the 6 1, there's no way it's going to the right because we can't add to 14 and 2. So this has to be the 6 1 down. And then now I need a 1. Because I don't have any 6s left, 3, in order to add to 15 and 3, we have to do 5 5 5. So how are we doing that from here? Do I need a 5-1? No, I have a 5-1. Oh, you know what I did? All I did was I put this to the right. This should have been up. That should have been much more clear for me. So the only other 5s left are 5-3 and 5-2. So the question is, what do we have more of to go up into here? I think these are going to be a bunch of 3s. So I don't think I want to use the 5-3. I think I want to use the 5-2 into here. Oh. Well, that doesn't... Hold on. Doesn't even make sense. This gets thrown out. Okay, do I have a 3? Okay, is it the 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we only have 4 3s. And one of them can't even go in here. So what is the... It's the 4 that goes in here. And I have a 4-3, but not a 4-2. Oh, I have both. Okay, I'm not sure which way this goes, but it's possible it doesn't matter. We'll have to change it out if we realize it goes the other way. So this is the 4. This has to be the 4-4. And now this blank goes up. It has been. This goes 1-4 in. This is the 3-3. Yeah, and I swapped this. Okay, so this goes up here. And then the 4-2 goes down. I guessed wrong. 4-2 goes down. Come on. It's all about just placing them at this point. And then the 5-3. Okay, now we're done. 254. Wow. Let's do the hard pips. Ooh. Where do we start? Because we have this separate. Okay, we need 5 equal. This has to be 6, 6. Greater than 11 instead of a 12. Okay. So we have 3 6s. And because we don't have a 6, 6, we need 2 of these to add to 7. So we got to do the 6, 2 and the 6, 5. The order of these two makes no difference at all. Oh, no, but we can't do that. Never mind. That seemed obvious, but no. But this 6 has to go up. We have to throw out a digit. So I need to figure out where the other 6 is needed before I can tell you what these do. Which means it's not an in. Okay, what do we have? Only one digit we have 5 of. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. 2s, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2s. 1, 2, 3 3s. Okay, what are we doing here? Are we doing 1, 1, 1? Are we doing 1, 2 blank? I'm not sure. This is less than 1. These need to use blanks. Oh, okay. The less than 1 is a 0. So we need to have a blank going up and then a blank going down into the 3. And we don't have any blanks left for the 3. So the blank going down into the 3 is here as a 1, I think. You know, we don't have to go down, though. We could do a blank into the 7. But we don't have a 6, 6 to put here. I'm getting a little confused, but I think that the blank 2 has to go up no matter what, I think. It's not entirely clear. Here's what I'm thinking, though. I'm thinking it does this, but then... Oh, no. So if we look, that we now can't fulfill this domino. So we have a domino here. We have a domino here. That's guaranteed, which means we need a domino here. So this is the blank 1 or the blank... No, this has to be the blank 2 because I can't do a blank 1 here because I don't have a 6, 6 to go across here. And so now this is the blank 1 going up. So now I know I need the 6, 5 here. Perfect. And then I just throw out... I just have a 6 to throw out upwards, which is the 4 or the 2. So I don't know which one to throw out. But now this has to be the 1, 1. I'm glad I got an in here. Now this is 1 into something we have a bunch of equals of. So it's either 1, 2 or 1, 5. We do not have enough 5s. So that tells you what this is going to be. Now this could be the 2, 2. It feels like it should be. So let's just do it. See if that works out. And now we need to do something with a 2 with a less than 5. Or so the 2, 6 can't go in there. This is the 2, 3, I think. You know, we don't have a domino here that's equal. So I need to do 2, 6 across here, 2, 3 up. And then I guess it doesn't matter which 2 6s I... Wait. No, I can't use both 6s here. Sorry, there's something else going on. I can't actually do... I need one of my 6s over here. Well, it's probably not the 2. So let's do the 6, 4 up here. 2, 6 then would go here. 2, 3 would go here. But then I don't have enough... Sorry, not 2, 3 there. 2, 3 would go here. And And then we have a 3, 4. Yeah, it's a less than 5, so 3, 4. Okay, now I'm hoping this can be done. Can we add to 9 with any of these pips? No. Oh, no, it's just greater than 9, so we add to 10. Okay, that works. Less than 3, so this is a 1, 5. And then this is a 5, 3. Okay, phew. For a second at the end there, I was like, oh no, I can't add to 9, but no, it's a greater than 9. All right, I figured it out. I feel like there was only one solution to this one. That was nice. Let me know if you had the same solution or not. And how'd you do? Let's do the mini crossword for Friday, October 3rd. The fitting missing letters in Google Mail? G-I-L? I don't think that's fitting. All right, I'm going to put the G and move on. Amtrak Express train. I don't know. With 2 and 5 down, distinction for kids who finish their whole dinner. Distinction for kids who finish their whole dinner. Desires with after. It might end in S. Desires with after. Like goes after, wants after. I don't know. Honey Nut Cheerios mascot is a bee. Silly birds, silly geese. Yeah. Without. Omit. Huh, how's that going to end in S? Maybe it doesn't end in S? Do I need to figure out the Google thing? Knee tissue that's prone to tearing for short. The ACL, I believe. Okay. With 2 and 5 down, distinction for kids who finish their whole dinner. Distinction for kids who finish their whole dinner. They get dessert. I'm not sure. Desires with after. Lusts after. It doesn't end in S. Without. Okay, let me look at this one again. The fitting missing letters in Google. Why? Like, I feel like Google Mail is Gmail. What else would it be? Google Maps, and it's GPS. Okay. Forgot about Google Maps. Amtrak Express train. I don't know the name of the Amtrak Express train. Kids who finish their whole dinner. Paste. I'm just trying to figure out what any of these words are. I doubt this is an A, though. This feels like it needs to be a consonant for the across. Without. Sans. PR, PL, plate. A clean something plate. What is this? So it's Clean Plate Club. Never heard that in my life. And Acela I have not heard of. Acela? Acela? Akela? I don't know how that's pronounced. All right. I should have thought of Google Maps. I could only think of Google Mail, and I knew that didn't make sense because it wasn't fitting. But GPS makes sense. All right. That was a tough one. How'd you do? Let's do Strands. Today's theme is Who's in Charge? Who's in charge? Director. Boss. Manager. Managers. Manager something. Okay, I don't know what manager's doing. What's this EAD doing then? Head. Okay. So manager something. Is this our spanogram? Manager airspeed. I don't know. Okay, what else can I find? So if this is manager, oops, I need the A there. I need the A there. Oh, I guess I just missed the second A every time I tried it. Or I only tried it once. All right, manager was it. Leaf. Leader? Leadership is our spanogram. All right, chief. And this is one word. Supervisor. There it is. Okay, not a bad one today. It actually used words that I expected. When it uses words that I'm expecting, like if I can say a word and then find it, that makes it so much easier to solve these than like, okay, I'm thinking a bunch of words, but they aren't there, and I can't think of the words they were thinking of. Anyway, how'd you do? All right, let's spin the bonus wheel, see what game we're playing today. All right, we've got Kelp C. Reed's suggestion of 11 by 11 queens. Let me load that up. All right, so this is not the New York Times Queens. It's just another app that lets you play queens, and that this is the daily 11 by 11. All right, so let's play. So let's see, where's our in today? So we know this one. Is there a way for me to? Okay, so this marks it as not a queen, and if I click again, then it becomes a queen. All four of these touch this cell, so that's never going to be a queen. I guess I should explain the rules for those who don't know. Every single row, every single column, and every single colored region needs a queen in it. In addition to that, they only have one queen. So exactly one queen in every row, exactly one queen in every column, exactly one queen in every region. In addition to that, you can't put two queens next to each other, not even diagonally. So I can't put like a queen here and here, because they would diagonally touch. So wherever the queen ends up in this region, this cell would be next to it. So it cannot be a queen. All right. That's very small deduction, though. Let's find something a little bit nicer. Okay, so this region here, that's kind of a tan color, and this region down here, that's like a purplish color, these two regions, they only occupy the first two columns. So we know that this is going to have a queen in it, and we know this will have a queen in it, and that'll use up all of the queens for these two columns, because they will be, one of them will be in this column, and one of them will be in this column. So we can actually mark all of these as not a queen. All right. That leaves only this in this region, and so now we can just mark around that queen. I wonder if they have a setting to automatically mark when you place a queen. I guess I'll have to find that later if they do. All right. What can we learn next? Oh, and then the entire column and row also can't be a queen. Let's see. So this can't be a queen. It sees all four of these next to them. That leaves four here. Okay, is there anywhere else? Okay, so this, again, these two rows, tan's going to give one to the two rows, and this light blue turquoise is going to give one to these two rows. So the rest of the row can't be queen because both of them already used up. That leaves just this one for blue, so we can mark all those. All right, so now this is a formation you definitely need to know about in this game, which is there's only two cells left here. Oh no, sorry, there's two left here. All right. Let's pretend that only these two were left. That actually eliminates these two and these two, as well as the whole row. Because obviously if there's a queen in one of these two, then there's going to be the queen for the row. But also, wherever the queen ends up, these two cells and these two cells will be next to it, wherever this queen ends up. So you can always eliminate those. But actually, I didn't see that pink goes down to there as well. So that's not true in this case. This C's there. All the browns. Okay, so this column needs a queen. It's going to have to grab it from this red, which means the rest of red can't have a queen, because there will be a queen in one of these. All right. What's our next step here? This column here needs a queen. It's going to come from brown. And remember, this formation that we just talked about. We can't be a queen in either of these two, because they will be touching one of those two. All right, what else do we have? This row is going to need a queen, but it can come from here or here. Trying to find what to do next. I'm not the greatest at scanning this game. I've been playing it a bit more recently, though. Is there anything else I can line up? I'm not immediately seeing it. Okay, so remember, so these two can't be queens because they would eliminate every single spot in yellow. So no queens there. Is there anything? Huh. Clearly I'm missing something. Sometimes I miss something really obvious and it just happens because there's a lot to scan, but in this case I'm not sure. Okay, so if we look at yellow, look at the yellow region, the pink region, and this turquoise region. You'll notice that if I take these three columns here, I hit every single cell that remains in turquoise, pink, and yellow. So similar to what we did in the left side here, yellow is going to give a queen to one of these columns. Pink is going to give a queen to one of these three columns, and turquoise will give one to one of these three. So that means if you're not turquoise, pink, or yellow, you can't have any queens in these three columns. So that's going to be very important here because now green is down to these two, which eliminates from here and the rest of the row. And so is there a follow-up from that? This is yellow's down to these two now. So that eliminates from here. This row queen is here or here, here or here. Oh, yeah, the yellow is one of these two. I forgot to eliminate from the rest of the row, and that's important because now we get this queen. And that eliminates up here. So queen's in one of these two. Queen's in one of these two. Oh, yeah, the eliminates from here. Now queen's in one of these two. Huh. So, okay, there can't be a queen here. Let me explain the logic. Because of brown. Brown's going to have a queen here or here. If this is a queen, obviously there's no queen here because it will be next to a queen. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. If there's a queen here, look how that affects this purple category, lilac. So if there's a queen here, then these two can't be queens, which puts a queen here, which is the queen for this row. So this still can't be a queen. So the queen's going to end up here. And the queen's going to end up here. And that puts a queen here and here. Very nice. This queen looks up. Right, so this is a queen, this is a queen, this is a queen. Did I finish? What am I missing? Oh, this region here. Okay. It's like, what's the last queen? Okay. I did it. 750. All right. Cool. Well, that was fun. I do enjoy doing these larger queens puzzles. Let me know if you want to see more of this kind of content. It's more of logic puzzle content, like my Sudoku stuff, rather than word games. But I guess it's kind of like Pips too. All right, cool. Well, let me know how you did on this. Those are the games for this video. There is a link at the end of the video. You can just click it and it'll take you right to Wordle if you'd like to watch that. I also have a pinned comment with all of the videos I made today. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.